Does your church play songs like this? Or this? If so, then your church probably knows how to get down. But what do these songs have in common that make them so great? In fact, even when you think of gospel legends like Donnie McClurkin, Mary Mary, Richard Smallwood, Judith McAllister, and more, they all seem to have this one thing in common. What is it? Well, if you don't know, let me tell you. Jason White. Now, if you're a serious gospel musician, then you probably heard of him. And for those who haven't heard of Jason White, he's truly a gospel phenom. Seriously, his work has been heard by millions, and his unique playing style has inspired piano players around the world. What's his secret? Well, by simply watching this presentation today all the way to the end, I promise to let you in on the vital secret to his success, and even better, how you can use it to bring your piano playing skills to a truly captivating level. Plus, you'll discover one of the worst habits many aspiring gospel musicians have that you absolutely must avoid if your goal is to become a master piano player. Not to mention, I'll let you in on a convenient technique that instantly helps separate the would-be musicians from the masterful players. So grab a pen and a sheet of paper right now, put your cell phone on silent, and pay close attention. Trust me, if you're a serious gospel piano player, you don't want to miss this powerful information, or you may have to pay for it later. So watch this now while it's still free and even available. As a gospel musician, you know how frustrating it can be to try to reach piano mastery. Heck, you may think you've tried everything under the sun when it comes to becoming an extraordinary gospel piano player. However, what I'm revealing today is truly unique and only found on this website in this free presentation. This is really powerful stuff. Not only will it renew your hope, it will let you in on what it takes to transform into the musician God has called you to be. It will change the way you look at playing gospel music forever. Trust me, if you're a serious gospel piano player, then you simply must keep watching this presentation. Remember, today you'll discover a totally different approach to developing your craft as a minister of music, and you'll learn one strategy in particular that's guaranteed to take your piano skills to the next level. Before we begin, though, I have to share with you a story that is so embarrassing that, frankly, it would make any musician question if playing an instrument was their true calling. Now, this story is actually about JP, the music director here at Hear and Play, and I had to beg him to use it. Now, I have to tell you, JP hates this story so much that I'm actually surprised he gave me the thumbs up to use it for this presentation. You'll see why his embarrassing moment is so important to your success in mastering gospel piano in just a few minutes. And I think you'll see exactly why he cringes at the thought of telling this story, so try not to laugh and keep watching. Deal? JP would tell you it was probably one of the biggest embarrassments he's ever experienced. And this happened years ago, way before he joined the Hear and Play family, and back when Mary Mary, the gospel duo, was first getting started. This is one of those stories you just never forget. It all happened one Sunday evening at West Angeles Church of God in Christ, which is one of the biggest churches in LA, and actually the church that Jason White has been the minister of music at for years. This particular Sunday, though, JP had been invited to sit in as one of the church's house musicians. And it just so happened that Tina Atkins Campbell, one of the sisters of the popular gospel duo Mary Mary, happened to be booked to sing. So JP was through the roof with excitement to be accompanying Tina. Yet he was even more excited to be playing as a musician under one of the greatest gospel pianists in the world, whom he greatly admired. You see, this was the same exact church where Jason White, gospel musician extraordinaire, was and still is the minister of music. So needless to say, this was JP's chance to shine, and he really had to bring his A game. So the story goes, JP sat down at the piano as Tina took the stage in front of hundreds of churchgoers. Now, JP, being a great gospel pianist at the time and being familiar with Mary Mary's music, was ready to get down. He expected to play something like Shackles or Yesterday or Joy, all the duo's really popular songs. Yet this night, for whatever reason, Tina decided to do something different. She decided to sing an old gospel hymn. And as she began to sing, JP realized he didn't recognize the hymn. I mean, he had no clue what she was singing. Now, being a pretty savvy gospel pianist, JP tried to keep up, but it was just a struggle. And everyone could hear that he was having a hard time. Finally, after stumbling through for a while, JP thought he'd figured the song out and was feeling confident enough to anticipate her next move. Unfortunately, the odds wasn't in his favor because he completely dropped the ball and hit the wrong chord. It was nowhere near the chord Tina was looking for. Here JP was, accompanying one of the best young gospel singers of her era and playing at the same church as one of his gospel music heroes, and he just couldn't hold his own. Everybody became so distracted by his playing that they stopped looking at Tina and started staring at him. Can you imagine the looks on their faces or the thoughts that was running through JP's mind? How embarrassing, right? And to make matters worse, he got so nervous that he panicked and just stopped playing altogether. Another musician actually had to walk over, sit down at the piano, and take over for JP. He had been replaced, right in the middle of Tina's performance too. Now, if you've ever been on stage and seen this happen to someone, you know it can't get any worse than that. Now, at that very instant though, JP drew a line in the sand. He made a promise to himself that he would master every aspect of playing gospel music by ear, from hymns to praise music and shouting music and everything in between. And that day a fire was lit. He went home and spent hours upon hours learning the secrets to mastering every aspect of gospel music. And not just learning how to play gospel songs in the traditional way, but also how to develop creatively so that he could play with his own flavor and style. Needless to say, JP did become a master piano player. He would join the Hear and Play family years later and was amazed that we'd broken down the very same secrets he spent years learning to master on his own. Perhaps even more amazing is that almost 10 years after his horribly embarrassing night playing for Tina, in the same church where one of his favorite gospel piano players of all time was the minister of music, JP would cross paths again with Jason White here at Hear and Play Music. And this time he would not disappoint. JP and I have partnered with Jason to bring a powerful training to aspiring gospel musicians all over the world. This training system is for any serious gospel musician who really wants to learn the secrets to taking their playing to a mastery level. And it's taught by Jason White, who is hands down one of the most accomplished and admired gospel piano players in the world. And today I'm going to reveal this system to you. Just keep watching. Please remember that despite JP's success today, and even Jason's success, when it comes to mastering gospel piano playing, they're absolutely no different than you. Through some really hard trials, they developed some of the best piano chops in the world. Today, I'm going to reveal the very same secrets and techniques that Jason White teaches in our training system. This is a system that allows people just like us, real everyday men and women, to develop as ministry musicians, to get exclusive inside training and instruction on some of Jason's signature moves that he uses in worship, praise, shouting music, old school bebop, and all varieties of gospel music, and to discover how to play some of the exact same licks you've heard Jason execute flawlessly on your favorite classic gospel albums, from artists like Richard Smallwood, Kurt Carr, Judith McAllister, West Angeles Church of God in Christ, Daryl Coley, Mary Mary, and others. Everything taught in this system has been used by Jason to set himself apart as one of the most talented musicians in the industry. And it's the same exact system I'll be sharing with you today so you can finally experience results like this for yourself. I'll share all the specifics with you in just a moment. First, I have to be completely honest with you and let you know about the real problem you face right now. I believe this is the truth behind why you're not playing at the level you'd like. Your struggles and challenges with developing into a master gospel piano player are directly due to this, what I'm going to reveal, and other beliefs like this, which is why it's not your fault. However, after today, it is now your responsibility. Fair? The fact is, you've been misled by years by likely well-meaning yet misinformed people. For example, you've likely heard of or even believed at one point in the born with it theory. The born with it theory simply states that great musicians are just born with a gift. And if you're not born with a special gift, you have to literally dedicate your life to playing the piano and spend years and years practicing before you could reach a top level. Listen, that's such a load of nonsense, and it's nowhere near the truth. Know this, countless other piano players and musicians all over the world have fallen for this same lie, yet you have to lay it aside right now. If you don't, you'll limit yourself from ever growing into your full potential as a gospel music minister. Listen, this is not what I want for you, and I know it's not what you desire for yourself. Lies like this are the reason your slow progress with becoming a master piano player is simply not your fault, but solving this problem is, as of today, your responsibility. However, if you feel a need to lay blame, don't lay it on yourself. Blame the overall lack of instruction available to gospel musicians. Put all the blame on the overall lack of instruction available to you, specifically about learning how to play gospel music, and those lame musicians who are too scared to teach you anything because they're afraid you'll take their spot at church. Let's face it, gospel music is just not a widely taught genre. To be honest, many secular institutions of learning don't have the ability and familiarity with soulful gospel music needed to really teach it. Even if you find teachers willing to teach you gospel songs, most traditional teachers don't have experience playing authentic gospel music. So the best they can do is purchase a book of gospel hymns and use that to help instruct you. But it's still not like learning from a true expert that's been in the trenches. This has left people like us out in the cold feeling alone in our musical journey. Then, of course, the born with it mentality. The truth and fact of the matter is that you should never limit yourself by buying into misconceptions like that. The truth is that many of the best piano players of all time started where you are, and through hard work, dedication, and consistent practice became masters. So if you continue to fall for the born with it lie, you'll simply end up holding yourself back. Now that you're aware of the lies and how they've crippled your piano mastery success for years, let's get right into the 3 tips I need to share with you today. These exact tips were part of Jason White's piano mastery gold mine, leading him to the success he has today, and you soon will have too. I have to tell you, my chord expansion technique is the real life changer. It's my personal favorite, and it's been responsible for turning many would-be musicians into master musicians. Trust me, you'll want to know all about my chord expansion technique, which I'll cover last, so you must watch until the end. Now, the first thing I have to warn you to do is to avoid this one bad habit that without a doubt will limit your growth as a gospel musician. Most people don't understand the severity of this habit. If you don't avoid this, you will experience endless discouragement, frustration, and worst of all, limited progress as a musician. Here's what it is. I want you to avoid comparing yourself to others, especially piano players who are more skilled than you. When you avoid comparing yourself to others and being hard on yourself, you give yourself the freedom to be inspired by other players and to grow at your own pace. You become more empowered and more likely to succeed. Just picture it. You'll have supreme confidence in your ability to develop into a player you truly desire to be. And that's not all. You'll also give yourself the opportunity to learn from other players so that you too can continue developing more quickly than you would on your own. The benefits of this simple tip alone continue to astound me and the thousands I've given it to, because as simple as it is, it works. The journey to become a masterful gospel player starts with the right mindset. So you must avoid bad habits like comparing yourself to others and letting it discourage you. Truth be told, you can look at things like this with the glass half empty, or you can choose to look at it with the glass half full. You can either let a totally talented and skillful musician discourage you from practicing because you feel you'll never reach that level. That's the glass half empty. Or you can make the right decision and let that person's masterful playing inspire you, give you something to reach and aspire for. Now, how would you like to actually enjoy learning how to improvise and add your own flavor to classic songs? This is my second tip. If you take advantage of this simple trick, you'll have a blast breaking out of the box that keeps your playing boring, stagnant, and uninteresting while you're playing and executing your own personal style. Here's how you do it. Practice with this simple exercise. I want you to keep the song's melody the same and simply change the chords underneath. For example, if you're playing a song and the top note is E, you can change the chord by asking yourself, what other chords have E in it that I can rearrange so that E is on the top? By using chords outside the normal traditional chords that would have been there to harmonize the E, you're thinking outside the box and you're giving yourself freedom to be creative. F major 7, A minor, and G diminished 7 all have E on top. So those are examples of chords you can use. That's how the masters think. You don't change the melody, the E stays on top. I'll say that again, you never ever want to sacrifice a song's melody, and Jason White discusses that extensively in the course. Instead, simply change the chord underneath the melody to make it sound fresh and different. This is an easy trick to get away from redundancy, and it's a fun way to approach reharmonization. Can you imagine it? Never having to worry about feeling stuck only playing a song the traditional way again? Not to mention, you'll develop your own sound that will set you apart as a skilled and creative player. People will ask, what is your secret? How are you doing this? Plus, you'll now have endless options for harmonizing a song's melody. This is one of the secret weapons to achieving your goals of playing like a master gospel piano player, even faster. And it gets even better. Here comes my really crucial tip, my third tip. Now, I can't stress this enough. Without using this tip right here, you can forget about all those other tips I just shared with you. This tip is that crucial. This is the tip that will allow you to move from a would-be musician to a masterful musician. If you want to join the gospel musician all-star team, as it were, then use this tip no matter what. Trust me. It's my extended chord training formula. To skyrocket your success, here's what you do. Simply work out your left hand so you can play extended chords using both your left and right hands. Perhaps you can relate to this. Most gospel or church musicians have stronger right hands than they do left hands. While they can play chords with their right hand, it's usually much more difficult to do it with their left hand, so they end up only playing 1 or 2 notes with their left hand. Yet in order to take your piano playing to the next level, you absolutely have to work out your left hand by training it to do everything that your right hand can do. Here's how you do it. Choose a song that you know how to play, put your right hand behind your back, and use your left hand to play the chords you'd normally play with your right hand. Very simple exercise, but not easy to do. Don't worry about playing the notes your left hand would usually play. Just focus on playing those chords that you normally use your right hand for. It might seem a bit awkward at first, I give you that, and that's okay. Go as slowly as you need to until you're able to play the song with your left hand. As your left hand skills improve, you'll notice that you'll be able to take the basic song that you were playing before and transform it into an amazing full-sounding gospel song with 2-hand chords versus the 1-hand chords that always lacked depth. And once you've crossed the 2-hand chord threshold, imagine what that means for your left-hand bass. You'll be a beast because nothing will stop you. Your left hand can play chords or it can play up-tempo bass notes. You'll be able to start chords on one hand, finish it with the other. Freedom to do whatever you're called upon to do is the real goal, and that's where you'll be headed if you follow my advice. The blueprint you'll be given access to in a few minutes will expand on this tip, allowing you to transition to a new level of playing. Just imagine how you'll feel when you master this tip. Wouldn't you love to see the shock and surprise in the eyes of your friends and family as you go from struggling with taking your playing to the next level to mastering the piano? You'll forever leave behind the frustrations you've no doubt experienced when it comes to improving the range of your sound. All those frustrations end today. You'll have everyone wondering how you put your piano skills on steroids, but you and I will know what's up. You've uncovered the blueprint, the hidden secrets behind the insane success Jason White and other elite gospel stars have had in the world of gospel music. Okay, that was a ton of valuable information, and you may be feeling a bit unsure of where and how to get started, and that's fine. Essentially, what that means is that you now have 2 choices, and the truth is, no matter what you do, you're going to choose one of the 2 today. The first choice is to continue down the road you're on now and try to figure it out alone using just the tips I share with you or scattered tips you find from other places. And who knows, you may get lucky and one day see some real progress. It'll take longer, of course, and you'll make a lot of painful mistakes, but you can choose this path. Or you can consider the wiser choice. Choice number 2. the choice made by almost every gospel musician who is serious about their craft and ready to take their playing to the next level in a fraction of the time. Let me tell you, this second choice is the easiest, fastest, and smartest way possible to master all dimensions of gospel music. And if that's not reason enough, you get to do it on your own time, from the comfort of your own home, and without bothering other musicians for tips and advice. There's no need to throw away countless hours or stress yourself out doing any of that, because I've already created the ideal system for you. I've already done all the hard work for you so that you can reach your goal faster. So there's no reason for you to try this on your own, okay? It's a system that we've perfected and tested for years on thousands of gospel piano players just like you, and it works virtually every single time. Introducing Gospel Keys Ministry Musician. Hi, I'm Jermaine Griggs, the founder of HearAndPlay.com, the #1 music by ear site on the net. Our total commitment to piano mastery has made us one of the largest and most comprehensive international training centers for aspiring gospel musicians in the world. And I'm also the creator of Gospel Keys Ministry Musician, starring gospel musician and producer extraordinaire Jason White. Gospel Keys Ministry Musician is so unique because Jason White reveals never-before-seen step-by-step training on what it takes to become the ultimate ministry musician. This results-focused, step-by-step formula to ensure you reach your piano mastery goals never lets you down. Even if you're feeling stuck in your playing and you can't seem to move forward, or you felt like you'll never get any better than the level you're playing at now, or you want to play for your choir, your church, or your group, but you haven't been able to reach the level you're playing that would allow you to do so. And even if you feel as if you've tried absolutely everything. Now, to save your time and mine, let me be upfront and tell you what Gospel Keys Ministry Musician is not before I tell you what it is. Gospel Keys Ministry Musician is not a program for complete beginners to the piano. If you're a beginner, you want to start with our Gospel Keys 101, which is a basic course on harmonization and the creation of simple hymns and congregational songs. It's also not a program that focuses solely on one type of gospel music. In this system, Jason covers various types of gospel music, from shouting to praise and hymns to what he calls old school shuffles and church bebop. If you're looking to develop solely in one particular area, you can check out some of our other Gospel Keys courses devoted to individual types of gospel music. Don't you think you've been lied to enough? Isn't it time to start using what's proven to work? What makes Gospel Keys Ministry Musician truly unique is the fact that it's taught by one of the most progressive and accomplished gospel musicians and producers in the world. Jason reveals all of his hidden patterns and unique, sometimes odd tactics that he and other gospel musicians use to be and stay successful. And now, starting today, their success can be your success. Jason's strategies can now be duplicated easily by you, giving you a once-in-a-lifetime chance to learn at the hands of the well-known master, access to borrow some of Jason's signature moves and techniques, and the chance to reap the benefits of world-class exclusive instruction guaranteed to help your playing skyrocket to new heights quicker and far easier than you've ever dreamed possible. Before we go one step further, I need to be 100% honest with you though. If you're just after some quick miracle fix program that just teaches you how to memorize certain songs, the programs that just tell you what keys to press and the order to press them in, you know what I mean. Let's just be honest. These are not solutions. They are train wrecks waiting to happen, and they don't work. If that's you, and I'm trusting it's not, then you need to leave this website right now. This is for men and women who are ready to stop looking for miracles and want to start ensuring real results. In short, there are no easy answers, but Gospel Keys Ministry Musician makes developing into a master ministry musician as easy as it gets. So if you're like most folks watching this presentation and you're 100% ready for real answers to mastering the piano, here's what you're going to receive. Over 4.5 hours of instruction where Jason takes over 2 decades of experience and lays it right in your lap in a fun, informative, and easy to apply way. Here's what he covers in this 4-disc course. Disc 1, you'll get an in-depth look at how to play hymns in a contemporary way without sacrificing the melody. From To God Be the Glory to Oh How I Love Jesus, you'll learn Jason White's way of flipping these hymns chord by chord. In disc number 2, the second part of this course, you'll learn what Jason calls church bebop and the old school shuffle. Both of these styles are found in tons of choir songs, praise songs, and devotional music like I'm on the battlefield. In Disc 3, the third part of this course is all about praise and worship. You'll learn dozens of contemporary chords to play during this part of the service and how to alter the atmosphere of the church by choosing your chords and progressions carefully. In Disc 4, the last and final part of this course, you'll cover shouting music. From traditional patterns to modern routes, you'll learn insider secrets behind Jason White's shouting style, chords, licks, fill-ins, bass lines, runs, and more. So if you really want to develop your mindset as a ministry musician, improve your playing across various styles of gospel music, drastically grow your options on the piano so you never have to play a song the same way twice, discover how to play with a bass player as opposed to playing just solo, learn how to bounce chords from your left hand to your right, and connect with both young and old listeners by learning contemporary patterns with traditional hymns, then guess what? Gospel Keys Ministry Musician isn't an answer for you, it's the only answer for you. Just check out what a few customers had to say about our Gospel Keys courses. LaQuanda says, I thought it was just too late for me to start, but now I have all the Gospel Keys series with the exception of the 500 series, and you better bet I'm getting it next. I may not know everything there is to know about the piano, but what I do know is that I'm now playing for my church service on first and third Sundays, and other churches have asked me to help them out since I've been studying the courses. No lie, you may know a lot and still you'll be amazed because there's so much more you can add to what you already know. Thanks, Jermaine. Now, our normal off-the-shelf retail price for Gospel Keys Ministry Musician without any additional bonuses is $184. Now, you're not just getting Gospel Keys Ministry Musician today, I'm just getting started. Because you've shown guts and determination by watching this presentation, I'm going to sweeten the deal by tossing in 3 incredible bonuses, free just by ordering today. The first gift you'll be receiving today is our interactive MIDI files and a trial version of our brand new software, Song Tutor. I'm going to throw in MIDI files of various song examples from the course. And Song Tutor is a really cool tool that makes the notes from a song light up on our very own virtual piano so that you can follow along. And the best part is while you're following along, you can slow down the tempo of the song by up to 90%. So if a song's original tempo is too fast, like shouting music or praise songs, you can take these files, import them into Song Tutor, and you can slow it all the way down to what I call turtle speed, or until you find a tempo that works for you. You'll be able to use Song Tutor to help you master the songs included in the MIDI files, and you'll be well on your way to playing like a master musician. The song learning software along with the MIDI files are valued at $69 alone, yet today they're yours free. The second gift you'll be receiving today is our Gospel Keys Ministry Musician online workbook. This reference guide is 80 pages and is filled with tons of chords and patterns from the course itself. Every page in this online workbook contains detailed instructions of both hand and finger placement to make sure you're not only doing the right things, but doing them right. The chord reference guide is valued at $29.95, yet today it's yours free. The third gift you'll be receiving today is our 6-pack from the Gospel Music Training Center. It contains 3 starter and 3 advanced gospel song lessons taught by professional musicians who are part of our premier Gospel Music Training Center. Our 6-pack is easily valued at $37, yet today it's yours free when you order Gospel Keys Ministry Musician. Now, it should be crystal clear why Gospel Keys Ministry Musician has a retail value of $184, and that's excluding all those incredible bonuses. Even the bonuses alone are worth $135.95, which would bring your investment today for Gospel Keys Ministry Musician to $319. Yet that price is not for you. Don't worry, you won't be paying anything near that today. I have a much better deal available for the fast action takers. Sure, you can just walk away and try to figure it out alone, spending 5, 10, or even 20 times more than the investment you'll make in Gospel Keys Ministry Musician today. You'll spend that in time, lessons, and just sheer frustration. Or perhaps, and I really hope when I say this I'm not speaking to you, you'll keep living with the pain and dissatisfaction of simply remaining stuck where you are and not progressing in your musical journey. Look, let's just make this an easy decision for you today, okay? With all of this at stake, I want to offer you the easiest decision you'll ever make all year. Deal? I'm about to make this an absolute no-brainer for the truly dedicated gospel musicians. If that's you and you act now before this presentation ends, I'm going to include in your package today a super bonus worth $397.87. This bonus alone is worth more than the price of the entire Gospel Keys Ministry Musician system. This bonus is completely optional, but I guarantee you that this revolutionary program is one that you absolutely don't want to miss out on. Here's how it works. Order now and I'll let you take advantage of an optional 1-month free subscription to Hear and Play's Gospel Music Training Center. Think of it as a virtual music school online where you can learn to play the piano on your own time by world-renowned gospel piano players. The Gospel Music Training Center is so simple, in fact, that aspiring musicians of any level, from beginner to advanced, can use it and start seeing growth just within a few days. And that's a fact. If you love the Gospel Music Training Center, which you will, stay subscribed after your free trial, and every month we'll charge you just $37 for tuition. That's less than a dinner for two at a mediocre restaurant. And if you enroll in the Gospel Music Training Center and don't love it and get immediate success with the material you learn, simply cancel your membership. It's as easy as that. You can cancel anytime you want with no questions or hassles. And if you cancel before 30 days, you won't be billed at all. Add it all up and the total value will shock you. Over $710. And even at that price, this is a total bargain. I feel you deserve to know why I'm offering you such a massive discount today. Let me share my vision with you. It's a cause I'm inviting you to join today, along with the thousands of others who are ready to give their best to God and worship through playing. You see, the truth is, teaching people how to play the piano, especially gospel music, is and has always been very near and dear to my heart. Learning to play the piano and being able to teach it to others is what's changed my life, and I've seen it do the same for others. Being able to teach others how to play piano has personally been one of the biggest blessings, and as such, I decided to give this course to you at a ridiculously low price. I simply cannot let price get in the way of you achieving your goals to grow as a music minister and to serve God, your church, and others. That means you will not be paying the retail value of $184 for the Gospel Keys Ministry Musician today. Nowhere close to that. Cut that price in half and you're still not close. As ridiculous as it sounds, you won't even pay $135 today. Your total investment, including Gospel Keys Ministry Musician, plus all the bonuses you now see on the screen, is now just 3 easy payments of $33 or 1 single payment of $89. Have a look below this video and click the rectangular order button that says Add to Cart right now. Listen, don't decide right now. Take advantage of my unconditional triple guarantee. I want you to try Gospel Keys Ministry Musician on me for a full 365 days. If you do not develop skills that usher you into a new level in your playing, or if you do not find our service and attention to your satisfaction top notch, or hey, even if you don't like the way Jason looks, if you're not 100% satisfied in every way, I'll gladly refund your purchase price. No hassles, no worries, and we'll part as friends no matter what. I promise. Look below this video right now, click on the rectangular button below to secure your discounted price before someone else claims it. Now remember, you're not just getting an incredible discount today, you'll join the Hear and Play family along with hundreds of thousands of other gospel musicians all around the world. Click on the button that says Add to Cart and lock in your discounted price today. Imagine right now how it will feel the moment you know you finally found your answer to mastering your piano playing. You are burning with excitement. You are bursting with confidence, full of energy, seeing success at every turn, turning heads as your music fills the room. You see and experience your progress as a music minister happening today. You are experiencing the results you deserve at long last. Yes, it's true, your limited success up until today has largely been no fault of your own. It's true, you've been lied to in the past about quick fix solutions. And then there's all those false promises no one stands behind. Yet today is your day to claim your power and take responsibility. And take the action you know is necessary to put you on the track to real results using a system that simply works. This one is guaranteed to work for you. Try Gospel Keys Ministry Musician for 365 full days on me and see the results you desire, or you pay nothing. Plus, you're always just minutes away from an answer from our friendly support staff. Remember, along with the Gospel Keys Ministry Musician system, you'll also be receiving access to a fully functional trial version of our song learning software, Song Tutor, that you can use along with the free MIDI files covering songs directly from the course. Free access to the Gospel Keys Ministry Musician workbook which has over 80 pages of chords and patterns covered in the course, and you can use this directly with the course to see exactly what's being played, note for note. And to top it off, you're getting our 6-pack with 6 bonus song lessons from other world-class musicians. Just to not put this off 1 second longer, and here's why. First, remember, if you will, that I've lowered the price of Gospel Keys Ministry Musician by over 50% just to ensure price wasn't a factor. Yet eventually, I'm going to have to increase the price back to retail where it deserves to be. So you must act now before I have to do that. It may be today, tomorrow, or in a few weeks. Also, you don't want to get left behind when it comes to my super bonus, 1 month free access to the Gospel Music Training Center, as I'm only giving that away and all the tools and resources inside it for the first 1,000 customers. And let's remember, unless you take action now, today, you may never take action. Like they say, there is no tomorrow, and no one who has ever succeeded at mastering the piano did so by procrastination and delay, right? It's no longer even a question of want. You need the Gospel Keys Ministry Musician System, and now you just have to take action. And let's just face the facts. Do the only smart thing left for you to do and take advantage of this limited time offer while you still can. And take the wise, sane, and savvy path to gospel piano mastery success starting right now. Click the rectangular Add to Cart button below right now, and let's get you started today.